lubricate her and quit smashing my bottles to pieces, I'm going to take his chains away from him.
He who laughs last.
Ghosts do not laugh, Elizabeth. Mind you, I do think that pillow throwing and pea shooting.
Now, for heaven's sake, Hiram, don't start the twins again. They're fast asleep long ago.
Getting rested up for midnight, probably. Little devils.
Might I come in, madam?
Of course, Mrs. Umney. Come in.
Madam and sir, I'm that upset about everything this past week.
Of course, we all are, Mrs. Umney. But it's not your fault. This beastly weather, getting settled.
Not that, madam. It's what goes on at night.
Nonsense! We'll have all those hijinks cleared up in no time, Mrs. Umney. Besides, Mrs. Otis gave you full permission to remain in your room, safe and sound.
Safe? Was old Madame de Trouillac safe when she woke up early one morning and saw Skeleton seated in her favorite armchair, reading her diary? Was Lady Stutfield safe when 5 unseen fingers clutched her throat so tightly that she almost strangled and had to wear a black velvet band around her throat until the day she died? I could go on like that.
Mrs. Umney, I admit that while I do not, of course, believe in such a thing as this Canterville ghost, there's something about this house
that interferes with our sleep, and that we're going to squelch if
it cost you the life of your entire family.
Mrs. Umney, please.
If you persist in your silly fears...
Then please, may I give my notice, sir?
We'll talk about that tomorrow. Or the next day.
Tomorrow may be too late. Doesn't the persistence of the blood spot on the library carpet tell you anything,
Yes.
sir?
Yes. That's a humdinger, I must admit. If I myself hadn't locked up the library tight every night after removing the stains...
6 nights it's been, sir, and each morning the blood is back again as though you never touched it.
Yes. But what kind of blood is it? Washington! You've got your list.
Yes, here it is. The first morning it came back blood red, and returned even bloodier the next 3 mornings. The 4th morning it was a dull, almost Indian red. And the 5th it was vermilion, and this morning it was sort of a rich purple.
Sort of like a chameleon, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of.
I don't think we have to joke about it, Mother.
I know.
I'm considering writing an article on the subject of the permanence of sanguineous stains when connected with crime.
I think I'll go up to bed now, Mother.
I think we'd all better. It's long after 11. Going to lock the library again, Hiram?
I certainly am. Come on, Washington.
Huh?
We may have a new color for your chart tomorrow morning.
Good night, Mrs. Umney.
Good night, madam, and I pray it is. Good night, miss.
Sleep tightly, Mrs. Omni.
Did you screen the fire, Washington?
Okay. Okay, Dad. Lock her up.
Are you coming, Hiram?
Coming, Elizabeth! It's almost time to wake the twins. Have you gotten everything ready?
Yeah, yes. It's in my closet. I'll wait until just before midnight. Good night, Dad.
See you later. Good night, son!
Good night, Dad!
What time is
Only
it?
once, guys.
4:30.
I'm getting sleepy waiting. Wonder what's the matter with that old ghost. Maybe
he's died. He
did
did that in 1575.
Oh yeah, that too.
Or he wouldn't be ghost.
Shh.
I hear something.
That's only the dog down in the barn.
Let me out of this world. Why am I trapped in this?
I want to be outside the door now.
It's still the dog.
What happened?
I think we got him.
He tripped on the string.
See? It's broken. And
And
the
the
pail of water fell right on him when our door opened.
Did you hear him shriek when he saw our scarecrow?
Look! He knocked it over! The broom handle has gone right through the pumpkin shell.
Something tells me that's the last we'll hear of the old Canterville ghost. Where's Virginia?
Your mother fainted. She's probably in with her. How's Mother Virginia?
Virginia's not here, Hiram. Is everything all right?
All right. Virginia.
Virgie! Virg! Virga!
Roger! Ronan! Help us find your sister! Look in all the rooms!
I'll look downstairs. Virgie! Where are you, Virg? Virginia?
Hiram, what's the matter? Where is Virginia?
Be quiet, Mother. She's around someplace.
She's not in bed, Daddy. The bed's all messed up.
That you, Virginia?
No, sir, it's me. Mrs. Omni, has anything happened?
Happened? Mrs. Umney, help us find her. Virginia, my little girl, wake up the servants.
Now, Elizabeth, be quiet. We'll find her. She's probably fallen asleep in one of the big chairs downstairs by a fire. Is she there, Washington?
No, Dad! The library's locked and she's not in any of the other rooms.
This all comes of your crazy fooling in the halls with that
With the Canterville I hear him stalking through the house.
Washington, catch this key and open the library doors. She may have got in there somehow and fallen asleep.
Terrible throw, Dad!
Don't-
I got it though. All right, Dad.
Since midnight, he's been prowling around.
We didn't see him, Mrs. Umney. We've been waiting for him since the clock struck 12. He didn't come out until just a few minutes ago.
There, madam. Maybe she's still safe after all.
Is she there? Washington!
Fuck no, Dad! I told you everything's just as we left it in the library, except.
Except what?
Except the blood stain. It's back again. Only this time it's much bigger and much bloodier than it was ever before. Something is it swells at the end of the sea. At the end of the sea. That was the swell.
My baby. My baby.
Take her to her room, Mrs. Omni, and wake the other servants. The gardeners too will search the grounds. Daylight's coming.
I knew it. I knew this was to be the night. This is his revenge for all you've done to him this past week.
Be quiet, Mrs. Omni. Virginia can't be far. We'll find her if we have to search every corner and tear apart every brick.
Something.
Oh, is this your hiding place, Mr. Ghost?
My name is Sir Simon.
Yes, Sir Simon.
What are you doing here?
I started in the twins' room to beg them to leave you alone tonight. I feel so sorry for you, Sir Simon. But the twins are going back to Eton next week. And then, if you behave yourself, no one will annoy you.
Behave myself? Then I'd have no reason for existing.
You know you've been very wicked. Mrs. Umney told us.
Mrs. Omni.
She told us the first day we arrived here that you had killed your wife.
That was purely a family matter and of no concern to Mrs. Umney, or your family, or anyone else.
Don't you know? It's very wrong to kill anyone.
Ethics? Bah. My wife was very plain, and she never had my ruffs properly starched, and she knew nothing about cookery. She couldn't.
What's the matter? Are you angry at me for being here?
No, though I'm a bit angry at myself for letting you find me. I was resting, but after all, you are much nicer than the rest of your family. Your father and the boys, I mean. They're rude, disrespectful.
Oh.
What's the matter?
So it was you who stole my box of paints, and all the different shades of red are used up. That explains the silly bloodstain on the library carpet.
Well, what was I to do? It's very difficult to get real blood nowadays. Didn't it frighten you?
No, of course it didn't. Though I think it did my mother a little, and it certainly annoyed my father. Mrs. Umney was the only one.
Ah, yes, Mrs. Umney is a very satisfactory person.
I do hope you'll be nice from now on, Sir Simon.
No, please don't go, Miss Virginia. You're a great comfort to one so lonely and so unhappy as I am.
But I'm getting sleepy.
Sleepy? I've not slept for 300 years. Contradiction.
Yeah. Also, you hated Mrs. Umney, and then you loved Mrs. Umney. Literally in like 4 sentences.
Poor confused ghost.
Yeah.
Have you no place where you can sleep?
There is a garden where the grass grows long and deep, where the nightingale sings all night through, while a cold crystal moon looks down at you trees spread their giant arms over the sleepers.
You mean the Garden of Death?
Yes, death. It must be so beautiful to lie in the soft brown earth, where the grass is weaving above one's head, and listen to the silence, to have no yesterday, no tomorrow. Have you ever read the old prophecy on the stained glass library window?
Yes, I learned it by heart the first day we came. When a golden girl can win prayer from out the lips of sin, when the barren almond bears, and a little child shall give away its tears, then the house shall be still and peace come to Canterville.
You can be that golden girl. And Miss Virginia, and open for me the portals of death's house. For love is always with you, and love is stronger than death is.
I don't think I know what you mean.
If you will weep with me because I have no tears, and pray for me because I have no faith, you who have always been sweet, good, and gentle will move the angel of death to have mercy on me.
But where would I have to do this, Sir Simon?
In darkness filled with fearful shapes, where wicked voices will whisper in your ear, but they will not harm you. For against the purity of a little child, the powers of hell cannot prevail, I think. Are you afraid?
Not confirmed at all.
I am not afraid, and I will ask the angel to have mercy on you.
Full of sweet
Mother, Daddy, everyone, where are you? I'm back.
Virginia? My darling, thank God! Where have you been? We were just about to send out searching parties. Hiram! She's here in the upper hall, safe and sound.
Oh, Mother, I'm so sorry you were worried. I didn't know it would take so long.
So long?
Virginia, where have you been, child? Come up, boys! She's here! Tell the servants to go back to bed!
Oh, Miss Virginia, are you really safe?
My baby. My baby.
Oh my God, Verge, where on earth have you been?
Whoop whoop!
Here she is! Here she is! Hooray! Hooray!
Well, Virginia, where have you been?
I've been with the ghost, Daddy. He is dead after waiting 300 years. He has gone to sleep in peace. Would you like to see him?
Child, what are you talking about?
There's a panel in the wall near the window, in the tapestry room. He's there in a little cell. Just a skeleton tied to a huge iron ring.
Come on, twins. The tapestry room.
That would be the remains where they have been hidden all these years of old Sir Simon de Canterville.
Yes, Mrs. Umney. He had been very wicked, but he was really sorry for all that he had done. Before he could really die and go to sleep forever, he needed someone to pray for him. So he asked me to pray for him, and I did. And he gave me this box of beautiful jewels before he died.
Wow.
A big pearl necklace.
And this
Dad, come quickly! It's here, just as Virginia said. The secret room and then the skeleton and everything.
Oh, my child. My child. What a night of terror and of heartache.
Never mind, madam. The ghost of Sir Simon will walk no more. See, it's already lovely and quite clear. I fancy that.
What is it, Mrs. Umney?
That old withered almond tree in the court. I do believe it's blossomed.